But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Candy Shop. I am Candace, and this is actually the Queen's Den. I wanted to create a show on Thursdays to give my thoughts on different things. Tonight, I will be reviewing Ready to Love. Yeah. So Queen's Den, what I have in my cup is some champagne. And let's get this review started. So this is Ready to Love season 6. It's in Potomac, Maryland, which is interesting. The first season 5 was in the DC area, but now we're in Potomac, Maryland. So I'm ready. Hey, Sharon F., good to see you. Also, I pinned Chi-Town Naja Girl's comment. I can't see it right now, but be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and also hit that notification bell to get notifications of when I'm on. But let's start out with the show. So with Ready to Love, this season is supposed to be like, I guess, a twist. Not all of the people on the show will be starting the process at the same time, which is interesting to me because he started out with 5 women and 5 men. So I don't know if people are going to come later on, but the numbers are equal and they are voting people off equally. And so we meet Paul, who is PO, which stands for, I forgot what PO stands for because I thought it was so stupid. We're gonna call him Paul Parole Officer because he kept saying PO. Post office because he delivers. That's what Paul stands for. We meet Takaya, who's vaxxed and waxed, and we meet Tiffany, who's the Southern Belle. So we are introduced to these 3. Hey, the real lovely C, good to see you. Right now, when they introduced those first 3, I wasn't that impressed with who we had. I'm not feeling Paul out of all of them because of the simple fact that he's going around real corny talking about his PO. But after they come, we meet Wiley, he's the jock, the athletic director for Nando, who is he seems like the most vulnerable. He was cheated on by his ex, so we're introduced to him. The thing that I noticed in the show, all of them have really good jobs. So I guess they're trying to cover up the fact that some of them are actors because they made sure they showed exactly what each person was doing. So all of them have really good jobs. A lot of them are in IT. Then we meet Keena. My issue with Keena, she had a very unflattering dress on. I didn't like it. It looked like a black slip. She's going around. It wasn't flattering to her figure. But we meet Keena. We meet Precious, who wants a Martin and Gina love. We meet Demetrius, who's, to me, he's been in the military. He seems like a playboy, but he's very good looking. I like his beard. I like his whole style. And he said he developed that style after the military. We meet Sabrina, who was previously married. Laverne, who never experienced someone who wanted to be with him. So Laverne, I like Laverne too. He's very interesting. The fact that he's never been, it sounds like, truly in love, that's interesting. And I think that's going to play a part in the show. Then we meet Clifton. Clifton is very attractive. He's in project management. He has a very, very white voice, and he is definitely an eye turner. So, Clifton, I think, is the person that's going to be to watch. It seems like most of the women really liked Clifton. He was very cute. Going back to Precious, who she's an IT consultant as well, and she wants that Martin and Gina love. She was raised by her aunt, and she's estranged from her mom. So that was one thing she had in common with one of the other men on the show. Then we meet Tammy. Her focus is quality. It's actually 7 men, 7 women. I said 5. And we find out, I'm sorry, I'm looking at Tommy. Tommy came in and said that it was 7 men and 7 women, and 2 people are going home. I just made up a whole person. Yeah, everyone was flocking to Clifton. Right, Clifton was cute. He was very cute. But we meet Joy, who's a professional singer. She's not feeling Fernando. and she has on her, everybody remembers her because of her green dress. With Joy, um, I can't say that I was feeling her. Like, I hate some of the like the first show because they speed by. I know we have to get introduced to everybody. I'm wanting to see how Joy is going to be later on. Then we meet Ace, who's a philanthropist, and she's previously married as well. Then there's Tori. Tori is the person that Precious kind of connected with based off of their past. To me, he comes off like he has mommy issues. He grew up where his mom was not affectionate with him, and he was actually raised by his grandparents because his mom was in the military. So that's Tori. Precious and Tori really clicked though. Then, I wrote down Paul is annoying because that's when they introduced, when after a while of him being on the show, he started saying he was PO, post office. The I think that's all of them. So some key things that I wrote down: the ladies weren't feeling Demetrius and Clifton. And they were feeling Demetrius and Clifton. They were not feeling Fernando and Paul. So my issue with Fernando, like I said before, he was very vulnerable. Fernando was the one that had his ex cheat on him. She even joined like a swingers club, but didn't want to take him, which he thought was kind of weird. And I remember one of them, I think Keena said he had a big booty. So even though I liked Fernando, he seemed like he was really there trying to find love. I knew that none of the ladies would not like him. And then Paul was corny. They didn't like that whole PO thing, post office thing, because he delivers. That's so corny. He's tall. To me, he seems out of place. I wasn't feeling him at all. And then going to the men that weren't feeling Sabrina, Precious, and Joy. I mean, they were feeling, I'm sorry, I need my glasses on. They were feeling Sabrina, Precious, and Joy, but not feeling Keena and Ace. And we all know Keena was the one that had on the unflattering dress. She just came off, I don't know, she didn't click with anybody. And yeah, Chi-Town, it was very corny. Very corny. You said you was kind of disturbed. Right. I didn't get the whole PO thing, and he delivers. What are you delivering, sir? Because right now we're here to just get to know you. I'm not trying to get any of what you're trying to deliver intimately, because that's what he implied that he delivers. But the men weren't feeling Keena and Ace. Keena, she really didn't seem to make any connections with anybody. This was the lady that had on the slip dress. She just seemed like she was jumping from like group to group and not really trying to connect and get to know the men. And then Ace, I liked Ace, but Ace kind of came off a little weird. And I know they might feel that. I think when Fernando was talking with her, she kind of spaced off. She said she felt like she was in an interview. So Chantel said, who was that girl with the crochet braids? Because she disturbed me. That was Ace. I'm like, who did your hair, ma'am? Yeah, that was Ace. She was a little bit weird for me. He was so extra. Yes, Paul was very extra. Hey, Vicky Black. She said Paul should have been the first one to leave. Right. I think Fernando should have been given a chance because to me, he came off like he was willing to love. I think he was very nervous, but Paul should have been the one to leave with that whole PO thing. That was ridiculous. Very ridiculous. Hey, Pam, good to see you. But we find out, let me go to my next page. So Fernando is the one that is voted off, and Keena is sent home on the ladies' side. So yeah, it was quite interesting. I think this season will be better than last season. Last season seemed like they had a lot of actors. I was not feeling Corey from last season in his crying. Right. I agree, the real lovely. See, I think Paul was another Corey. Like when you're coming into a situation like this, especially with everyone being successful, you can't come with no corny lines like that because that's a complete turnoff. And he seems too old to be coming like that. Maybe that's why he's still single, but I would think he would have learned not to be so corny because it was very corny and he should have been voted off. Hopefully he goes next because I'm not feeling him at all. He's very cocky for no reason. But yeah, that was the gist of the show. Um, it was, I think it was okay. Like I said, I think it will be better than last season's show, because last season I didn't like the Brown Girl Squad. I didn't like Camille and Cornelius. And I do like the fact that none of the women on this particular season weren't they weren't quick to just couple up with somebody so fast. So I do like that. So tell me, who do y'all think will be some of the couples out of the show based off of that one little episode? I know it was a lot. They sped through a lot. Also, what do you think of this whole twist of Tommy talking about they're focusing on quality, 7 men, 7 women, and they are not starting the process with all, like, everybody isn't starting the process in the same time or together. Vicky Black said this group they have right now look like they're going to be over sexual, just going to be a trip. Yes, they do. I don't like them doing elimination on the first night. Yeah, but they always done the elimination on the first night? I think they have. I think. Maybe not. I could be wrong. But this elimination was quick. Fernando didn't get a chance. He didn't have a chance, so maybe they'll have a twist and bring him back. Even though with Fernando, I felt like he was ready to love, but I wasn't feeling him either. I don't know if it was because he was nervous or what. He seemed like a genuinely nice guy, but I don't know who he could have connected with on the show, because all the ladies seem like they still stuck on Clifton. Clifton is the main one they wanted. Clifton and Laverne. They all like Laverne too. Oh, and they liked what's his name? Not Wiley. Demetrius. Demetrius, the army guy, the playboy, they all seem like they liked him as well. And he just seems like a player to me. Even though he's so cute, he seems like a player. I do think that this show, they will be kind of hypersexual as well. And for those that missed it, I'm drinking champagne in my Queen's goblet. I couldn't find a real goblet. So if y'all see something on Amazon, send me the link to purchase it. I want to buy a cute little goblet. This is what I bought today. Let me see what you said, Sharon. Sharon said, Wiley is 32, don't know who he connected with. Right. Wiley reminds me of, what's the boy on Power? Power, the new season of Power. That's who Wiley reminds me of, the boy that plays basketball. That's Wiley. And hey, All Things Popcorn, good to see you. Good to see you. We're just talking about Ready to Love. I don't know if you've watched it yet. And thank you, Popcorn. They have some at Ross, girl. I know. This weather, it's been raining here. Like, it rained all day today. So I literally was just ordering off of Amazon, ordering different things, because I did not want to go out in that rain, child. But I think the season is going to be good. I'm going to continue to review it. Yes, Zeke. That's who, what's his name? Excuse me, I went too fast to move. That's who Wiley reminds me of, Zeke. He is just like Zeke, 32, and I think he's the youngest male. Who's the youngest woman? I didn't even catch that. Let me see. So Precious is 34, which I don't know how I feel about Precious. Yeah, Precious is the youngest woman. She's 34. Yes, I heard about Texas, Chi-Town, that's your girl. In Dallas, they got snow, so you got an ice storm. Where you at? Wow. Well, it's raining here. It's going to get colder. I don't think we're going to get snow or ice. But yes, I wanted to come on here. And instead of me doing Candidly Candace, it will now be the Queen's Den. So I hope y'all like my little show, The Queen's Den. I'm going to stay on here for 15 more minutes. I'm not doing an hour today, because this show, it wasn't a lot to talk about in regards to this show, because it went so fast. I can say who I think will be together. Hold on just for a second. Ice storm and snow in Ohio. Wow. I am so glad I don't live in the Midwest anymore, because I can't deal with the snow. All schools closed and most businesses. Wow. Well, yeah, and where I grew up, in the Midwest, they did not close down for snow. Like it literally, the only time our schools would close down is if it started snowing at 5 a.m. and they could not get the tow trucks out in time. But other than that, when it was a big snow like that, we had to go to school. But some couples that I think will be together, I like the connection between Clifton and I think Precious. I know he connected with Joy. Somebody that I didn't care for too much was the lady with the list, Sabrina. Sabrina, a lot of the guys liked her, and I don't know why. I wasn't feeling Sabrina either. You love what name? What name do you love? Right in Chicago, you better bundle up and hit it. Right. Off topic, did you hear Kiana quit ladies that list ATL? No, I didn't know she quit that. I did hear that she wasn't liking the way that she was edited in the show. For those that don't know, I review Ladies That List on Mondays, Mimosa Monday. Kiana is the one that's let me go back. I'm gonna go to my notes on Ladies That List. She has the issue with Robin. Robin tried to, I guess she feels Robin tried to take advantage of her during the Panini and charge her $500 per file for whatever she was trying to open up. So Kiana, I don't think they edited Kiana wrong. I think they like the list. I think they like that because of the list. Whose list? Who? Sabrina's? Going back to Ready to Love? Who has a lisp? But going back, oh wait. Sharon said she won't be back for next season. Wow. So Kiana has quit the show. I don't think she was edited wrong at all. I don't think she had enough scenes in the show. She didn't have enough scenes at all. I kind of liked her. She was a brown girl like me, so I'm rooting for the brown girls. And no, it ain't no brown girl squad or thing like that. But I like the women with the melanin. Vicky says some of the women had some bad wigs. Yes, they did. I didn't like Ace in the crochet braids. Who else did not like? I did not like Tiffany. Tiffany, I think, should have been voted off. She was a Southern Belle. She was the one that cooks and cleans and does everything. That's why I call her the Southern Belle, because she's from the South. And she was trying to say how she's from Southern Virginia, I guess you could say. But I didn't like Tiffany that much. She's a mobile education owner, which is interesting. And yes, Sabrina. I'm not feeling her. Yeah, Kiana said bye-bye. So with Ready to Love, tell me, going back to this show, who are some of the couples that y'all think will be together? So I think Paul is going to be voted off next. They didn't show enough of Dakia. And Hannah, you said you agree. And yes, the wigs was awful. Yes, Chi-Town. Sharon said, did you notice on Ready to Love that the girls' makeup was shiny? Yes, they were sitting outside. So I was like, I don't know. It just seemed very interesting. The weaves were sweated out because I could see Dakia's natural hair, which is fine. But their makeup was shiny. They were like sweating. Their makeup was melting. And I guess when they shot this, it must have been humid or something. Or maybe I don't know if they shot both seasons at the same time, but it looked like it was summertime in Virginia. And hey, Lamar, TFG TV, dropping the candy in the chat. Yes, Sabrina, I wasn't feeling too much. I wasn't feeling. So that's my take on Ready to Love. I can't wait until we get into the real nitty gritty of the show. For my channel to come, I'm going to can we talk? I'm going to continue to do reviewing reality shows. You will see more story times. You will see more lives with me by myself, because one thing that I've noticed about my channel is I do a lot of panels, and I don't want to deter away from what my original plan with this channel. I wanted to have a personal vlog for myself and just come on here and talk to people and have a good time, have my little cocktail, which I finished, or my champagne, and have a nice kiki. On Tuesdays, I will continue to do the Ladies Lounge with my beautiful ladies, Cotty B and Candy Washington as well. For those that don't know, that's a rotating panel, so it's not going to always be on my channel. I will do Mimosa Monday with Hannah. Wednesdays, I don't have a show. Thursdays will be Queen's Den, where I give my thoughts. And then Fridays, it'll be a wild card. So Fridays, you might get church hurt, you might get ladies' night, or you might just get me. Shahana said, no way I'm filming without a glam artist on deck. It just seemed like they didn't have no money or something. I just didn't get it. And yes, they definitely looked greasy, Vicky. Sharon said church hurt was really good last week. Thank you. With the church hurt, because that was part 2. It is so hard sometimes to do the church hurt because of the simple fact that I come out of a family of I come out of a religious family. And so to talk about church in the sense of hurt, I don't want to offend them. So I literally have a lot of anxiety when I do those shows. But one thing I will do, I think I want to make it a series. I enjoy having Lamar on there, my friend Lee Black, who was on this time, Lee Black, Hannah and Bert, and myself. I think that's all we had that day, and Lamar. But on the first church hurt, I had more of my family on there, which we talked about our church hurt. Oh, Hannah, thank you. And hey, Cat in the Chat, good to see you, girly. Thank you for joining us, Cat in the Chat, on Tuesday, the Ladies Lounge. She was on the Ladies Lounge this past Tuesday with Cardi B, and we thank her for that. Yes, drop the candy in the chat. And thank you, Pam. Yeah, church hurt, that's a lot. Hannah said, next church hurt, I'm dressing like a Jezebel. We should talk about the Jezebel thing in the church. I want the next part 3, I want it to be more about our true experiences, because part 2 kind of focused a lot on the scriptures and the bigger names within the church. And you want my Cash App? I like the super chats. I would love some super chats. Let me put my Cash App up. This is my Cash App. But I love the super chats. And Shaitan said, please smack that notification bell and select all so you won't miss out on any tasty treats from the candy shop. Thank you. Dropping the candy in the chat, Hannah. And yes. So I have 7 more minutes. Y'all know I keep track of my time. And the reason why I'm making it so short, be sure to check out my friend Lee Black. He has a channel, Real Talk for Real Men. I was just on there. I need to share it on my community page. Check that out. I was just on his show for about an hour and a half. So I'm kind of tired. And yeah, Sharon, oh my goodness. So I do want to talk about this. We need to talk about this on the next church hurt. So Bishop Noel Jones got engaged to his longtime girlfriend. I think they've been together 25, 30 years. For those that watch Preachers of LA, I was one of those people a few years ago. Their relationship was kind of documented on that show. I think that is a whole hot mess. When I watched the show, I thought it was a mess then, because they were like, I don't know if they were celibate or not, but it was implied that they were having sex. They were shacking up, but he only wanted her to be his girlfriend. And she had a problem with being the girlfriend versus the first lady. Even though people in his church viewed her as a first lady, she was still technically the girlfriend. And I think this is a whole hot mess. He proposes, first of all, he's 72 years old. 72. And now he wants to marry her after being with her for 25, 30 years. I don't even see why she stayed that long. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. Oh, thank you, Kat. Thank you. But I'm at a loss for words with Bishop Noel Jones. Like, what is going on here? And then I know he was trying to be cute by pulling a ring out of a Cracker Jack box, but come on now. Yes, Lamar, a whole ass mess. It was definitely a mess. Like, it was embarrassing. It was cringy to watch. I know she was excited, but now that they got engaged, when they gonna get married? Are they getting married tomorrow? That's what I want to know. Because you can't have no long engagement now. You need to get married. You proposed. Now you need to go down to the courthouse, to the church, wherever you need to go. You need to get married now. The only benefit of her getting married is the life insurance policy. Shaitel said, I wish I would. Lamar said he must be sick and need a nurse. She's a nurse too. I know. I remember that. She was a nurse. Reminds me of the black couple on Married to Millions. I didn't see that. Married to Medicine. Married to Millions. I didn't. Oh, you know what? I didn't watch Married to Millions. That was a show. I kind of do remember it now. Right. Hot Mess, 30 Years of Girlfriend. Exactly. And thank you, Hannah, for the 1999 super chat. I love the money. So thank you for all your support, Hannah. But yes, very embarrassing and corny, and no way I'm staying that long. So that's the thing. She clearly, like, all I'll say is this: as the wife, she is kind of securing his life insurance when he passes away, because I think she's in her 60s. I don't think she was a lot younger than him, but I knew she was younger than him. And he doesn't have any children either. So when he passes away, hopefully she's in his will to receive that money. And as his wife, she will get that money. Because, I mean, she done been there all that time. Lamb, I was thinking the same thing. It's funny you call him Lamb. Hannah said the proposal was trash. I would marry him tomorrow if it took him that long. Yep, I would. Would have been like, oh, I got my dress picked out. I had 25 years, 30 years to do it. So my dress is picked out. Got the bridesmaids. Let's do this tomorrow. We got the money because he has money too. Yes, thanks for the super chat. But we need to talk about this on Church Hurt. With tomorrow being Friday, I don't think I'll do part 3 tomorrow because that's like way too short a notice. So I'll probably do it next week. Tomorrow, if I come on, I'm trying to think, what will I do tomorrow? I do want to come on tomorrow because I have some time, so I can come on tomorrow. But this was fun. Thank you all for your support and watching me. Make sure you subscribe. I got like 3 minutes left of the show. But tell me in the comments after the show goes off, tell me what your thoughts are on Ready to Love, how this season will be, who you think the couples will be. Shutdown said, please show love to the content creator by hitting the super chat or the Cash App. Thank you, Chi-Town. Thank you. But yeah, this was fun. Make sure you subscribe. Again, this is the Queen's Den. I'm no longer doing the Candidly Candace. It's going to be Queen's Den with my goblet of champagne. And we're going to have a kiki. What do y'all think about Whoopi Goldberg? Is Ladies Night coming back? I haven't decided if I'm going to bring Ladies Night back because sometimes it's hard to get all of the ladies. And so as of right now, I'm going to take a break with doing the Ladies Night. I have to figure out what I want. Since I do the Ladies Lounge, Ladies Night is like me doing 2 ladies panels. So I haven't decided on. I have to decide on whether or not to bring it back. But what do y'all think of Whoopi and her comments that she made about the Holocaust? I did want to touch on that a little bit. So she made some remarks about it. I haven't watched it. I do know what the remarks were, and they say they were anti-Semitic. She said the Holocaust was not about race, which I disagree with her. The Holocaust was about race. She came back and apologized and tried to explain her point, and so that's the part that I want to see. She is now suspended from ABC for the next 2 weeks, and I've heard that Whoopi is contemplating on leaving The View. So we shall see. Oh, and thank you. I got these off of Amazon. I got 2 of them. Yes, Queen's Den. And shout out to, let me tell y'all the story of Queen's Den. So when I was with Lamar, and we had our TFG organization on Facebook, we started we started a women's group called Hers Too, and men were not involved. And I was the president of this group, and we had a lot of people. I know over 1,000 members in the group. And when I made someone else a new president, and she named the group the Queen's Den, and I always thought it was so cute. I still had an active role in Queen's Den since it was a group that I helped build or whatever. But Queen's Den Queen's Den, thank you to Lamar. He's allowing me to use his name. But Queen's Den was a group that I started within the TFG brand. And be sure to check out TFG TV. Yeah, I hope she leaves too. Sharon said, I love Whoopi. This topic is sensitive. I think she misspoke. I do. I agree 100% with you, Sharon. Hannah said, I honestly feel like if we don't want other races to speak about racism, then she shouldn't have said anything. I agree with that as well. We can't speak to that. It's like Sharon said, it's definitely a sensitive situation, and we didn't go through that. So we can never speak to someone else's experience with that and minimize it. Because we know if someone of another race spoke on slavery and tried to say it wasn't about race or it wasn't about this, they would be canceled off of TV. So I don't agree with what she said. I do hope she leaves the View, because we all know Meghan McCain has said some crazier things than what Whoopi has said. I just hate that Whoopi said that, but I hope she leaves on her own accord, because I don't think she should have been suspended. She just should not have said it. And I do feel her apology was enough. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I might come back tomorrow and do like a Freaky Friday or something to talk about hot topics. I will drop the link tomorrow when I come back, and we'll have our key. But thank you all for joining. Thanks again, Hannah, for the thanks again. Oh, Sharon said, Lamar, why you want her to leave? Ooh, interesting. Lamar, you still there? But thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm tempted to drop the link tonight, but I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. We'll talk about Whoopi more tomorrow. That's gonna be one of the topics tomorrow. Whoopi and some other hot topics. But thank you all for joining. I'm gonna play my little outro, and you all have a good night. But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my